To share the myth of Ganesh. Ganesh is a very popular deity and is seen as the elephant god. He's got the elephant head and the body of a man, big belly full of sweets. There's always a bowl full of deliciously blessed sweets by his side, ready to be eaten at any time. And he's known for that infatuation with sweets. So, despite his love for sugary foods, he's also a master yogi. So this shows that he has a balance. He's able to balance out indulging in sweets and still being present in his yoga practices. And he rides a very, very small mouse. This is his vehicle. And since the vehicle is so small, that also shows that he must have a lot of balance in order to hold up that large body of his on such a very tiny little vessel, a very tiny little vehicle, mouse. And one day while he was riding his mouse, a cobra slithers into the path. It frightens the mouse. The mouse runs one way, and Ganesh falls to the ground in the other way. And with the impact of the ground, Ganesh loses all of his sweets. They just come out and they're everywhere. And so Ganesh is upset with the cobra because he's just exploded his sweets everywhere. And so Ganesh starts picking up all of these sweets one by one, stuffing them back into his mouth. And then he uses the cobra to wrap and tie around his waist just to kind of cinch it off. And all while the moon, Chandra, is looking down at him in laughter, just laughing, laughing, laughing. And Ganesh gets very upset with the fact that he's the object of Chandra's laughter and rips off his right tusk and chucks it at the moon. And the moon is harmed by this, and that the light goes out. So now we only have sunshine. And he has cursed the moon, so now the whole world lives in only the sun. Well, after a while, there's no place for romance. There's no place for any things that happen within the darkness. And the gods are burning up from the hot sun. So they all get together and they go to Ganesh and they ask him that, that he restore the moon. So Ganesh decides, okay, we'll restore the moon, but under one circumstance. The moon will only shine to its fullest potential once every 4 weeks. So that's kind of why we see the story or myth behind the moon and why it has those cycles and showing, the different stages of the moon and only shining a full moon once a month. So the lesson that really comes from this is that everything that we experience has an internal source of energy, as do the sun and the moon, the light and the dark, the good and the bad. These are all things that we have and we look for and find balance in within our own lives. And within our bodies, the sun and moon occupy these opposing halves. So we strive constantly seeking a balance between these sources. When the moon was lost, we just steeped in the sunshine, only living in the light. And with that, we kind of lost the darkness. And the darkness and the shadows is, a very important piece in order to get to the light, in order to live in the light. We must dig down and shine deep down into the dark pieces of us, or our shadow, in order to find what I like to call the gems and jewels, which become sort of our gifts, and the way that we shine, the way that we light up ourselves and show up for the world. So, as without, so within. We seek to find just as much joy in the shadow as we do in the brightest places of our lives. And that's really, without the darkness, or the shadow, we have nothing to really define the landscape of our heart, the landscape of the things that we love and the things that we live for. So that's kind of my interpretation for Ganesh. And there's a few poses for the Chandra of the moon you might know as moon pose or Chandrasana, and half moon pose, Ardha Chandrasana. So let's go ahead and explore those poses. So coming in, stepping the feet wide, hips facing forward, and finding a warrior one stance, bending into the knee. We find almost a crescent moon position. So with the knee right over the ankle, inhale, the arms reach up towards the sky, towards the light, towards the moon. Nice long spine, and the back knee is lifted here. Another pose that we can move into is half moon or Ardha Chandrasana. So rocking forward, leaning into your weight into the front leg, and bringing the hands down to the floor, lifting the back leg. We'll externally rotate in the right hip. Right hand stays on the floor. Left hand opens up to the sky, reaching out through the heel, stretching long through the body from the heel all the way to the crown of the head. And then turning to gaze up towards the sky, if it's comfortable on the neck. And here we can chant the mantra for Ganesh, just to get a deeper vibration and understanding of the pose and the mythology behind this, and invoke the mantra within the pose. Repeat after me. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Release. That's it. So you can invoke the mythology and the story within the poses by bringing in the chant or the mantra that is devoted to Ganesh, and really thinking about the balance that happens, especially in half moon pose. And yeah, that's all I have.